what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But shout out to the Collective again, even if you watch it on your TV, whatever the case is, I appreciate you as well. I hope you're having a smooth 7. But today, hey, I was scrolling down I was scrolling down Instagram, right? So I see this video of somebody getting gunned down. And as they getting gunned down, I'm looking at the video, so I try to hit not interested because I don't want to see that. So I go hit not interested. That button ain't popping up. So I scroll up. There's somebody on there. They talking about something that's kind of like on the path that we would discuss on a daily basis. I just checked to see if it say not interested for that. It say not interested for that, but on something negative, it don't give me the option to put not interested. That shit crazy to me. But I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. But I hope y'all having a smooth 7. And I also wanted to add, Friday, we're going live with Toxic with True Reality. I'll let y'all know a time. But yeah, we're going live with him, bro. I'll put it in the community tab. And I'll probably, before this video come out, I'll make sure I put it up in the comment section as well to let y'all know. And in the description. Because I know people are going to be missing it in different ways. So I'll make sure I put it out there. But me and Toxic with True Reality will be going live. I don't know if it's going to be on TikTok or YouTube. It should be both. And then, yeah, y'all finally get to see me go live, bro. He said he gonna put me on. He wanna learn. We're gonna have some talks. I'm all with that. But y'all already know what it is. I ain't gonna hold you. Man, let's get straight to the video. Man, let's go.
This man claims that the government was running secret tests on him while he was in the Navy. He says that he is now turning into like a reptile. Watch this.
My name is not too important. The information that I'm about to tell you is extremely important. I was an intelligence specialist with the United States Navy. Since then, if you watch my other videos, you realize that strange things have started to happen to my body. If you remember, my eye has started to get more of a slit in a reptilian, or I guess snake eye appearance. If you look at my other videos, or what I'm adding right here, you can actually see up close what my eye looks like. If you remember, my body in certain areas, like for example, look at my elbows, on both sides, I'm growing additional limbs. My hands, my thumbs, they're extending and growing too. At first, I just put out a cry for help on TikTok. I didn't know who's going to answer, who's going to respond.
Do we believe him? Let me know in the comments below.
Y'all remember that clip? Do y'all believe him? Did he fully transition?
Let's just get to it. You made a direwolf.
I didn't. Our incredible team made 3 direwolves so far.
Let's see the photo. Jamie, bust out some photos.
So we have 2 boys, Romulus and Remus, and then we have Khaleesi, who's the new girl.
They're dead direwolves that were trapped in permafrost, or is...
No, most of the direwolf skulls out there, there's thousands of them in La Brea tar pits. So if you go there, they have this beautiful wall, but because of heat and acidification, there isn't anything that's protected. Like there's nothing you can get from that. But about 6 years ago, a group, including Beth Shapiro, our chief science officer, sequenced a tooth that was found in a cave, just a single tooth, right? And in that tooth, they actually got 0.15x or coverage of the genome, so they got about 15% of the genome. But that's not really enough. You need to get up to about 10x, meaning that you can read the entire genome about 10 different times, so that even if there are gaps, you understand enough of the core kind of coding regions that you could bring back that animal. Or
is this done by AI?
It's done by AI and software, yeah. So there's a bone in all of us called the petrous bone, which is insanely dense, and it doesn't change a lot from after you're born. It's a great DNA storage, better than teeth, better than anything. It's like in the inner ear kind of head area. So we got permission from the museum to very carefully drill into the back, the underside of the skull, and remove the petrous bone to see if we could get DNA. And we got really lucky. Between resampling the first and the skull, we ended up getting about 13 to 14x coverage. So that's more than we needed to potentially bring back the direwolves.
Look, I'm totally against them playing God, bringing back animals, creating animals, all types of shit like that. Every single way that they try to play God, I'm against that. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I already knew about a bone called the petrous bone that holds more DNA than a tooth or anything of that nature. I just learned that today. Y'all let me know how much y'all known of that. Or is it just me and I'm like new to this? If it is that, then cool. I just need to know that. But I'm today years old when I realized and understood what a petrous bone was. And now I'm about to dive down that rabbit hole even deeper. But they gonna F around and find out playing with this dire wolf. That's my opinion. Y'all spam up and let me know y'all thoughts.
People better start paying attention and really see what's going on. You see, they've been talking about blackouts for a while now, probably for like a whole year. They like, I feel that a blackout is going to come. People need to be prepared. And now you see in different countries get hit with blackouts. If the entire world blacked out, you got 72 hours before the whole society collapses. I'm talking about no phones, no bank, no internet, no food, no water, nothing. Money's worthless. Stores gonna be shut down, not working. Hospitals gone. Everything you know that you thought you can do when you had power, you're not gonna be able to do it. And people is not prepared for that. And I don't know why. They've been dropping hints like they know something is coming. And this is probably just the start of it. Today, Spain, France, Portugal, they all got a little taste of what it felt like with blackouts. Airports stopped, so it's no flying. Trains were stuck on the tracks. Hospitals were scrambling to get the backup generator started because you know people in the hospital, their life depends on having that electricity to work because some people is on oxygen and all that. And I would hope people know how to get around the area they're in, because when that happened, the GPS was gone. You better have a compass. 1 million people were cut off with no warning, no backup plan. And the craziest part, y'all, it didn't just stop there. It went to Morocco too. But all I'm saying, y'all, is the greed is not invincible. People better wake up and prepare.
They hit Morocco too? And they shut that shit off on purpose.
You guys, I don't know what's going on, but this is getting surreal, y'all. A major power outage happened in 2 different countries of Spain and Portugal, which border each other. This thing happened in the middle of the night, y'all. This movie is becoming for real. Both of the countries fell into some type of deep, ominous silence. There's no electromagnetic buzzing, so there's really peace. People were actually stopping to talk to one another, which is rare these days.
Guys, this is literally insane. I'm here right now in Barcelona and there is no electricity. Like, for example, look at this restaurant. It's completely dark. Like, nothing is working, no refrigerators. There is no internet in the majority of places, so now we're heading to Soho House. No traffic lights are working, so there is a policeman in charge. People are actually chilling and talking to each other. There has never been a traffic jam like this in Barcelona. Like, even in the worst times, it's crazy. Just because traffic lights are not working.
In conjunction to the blackout, sirens are being heard everywhere, so it's a busy city. Traffic jams because the lights are working. People stuck in elevator because, power is out. Like I am saying, y'all, this is happening too often. Are we getting close to some type of event? Look at this train over here. It stopped in the middle of nowhere and the people had to get out. Every part of digital life was down, y'all.
In Portugal have been hit by catastrophic power outages, leaving whole cities without any electricity or internet. Entire airports and metro systems have come to a halt, with both countries' car traffic facing chaos as lights and signals have stopped working. The Madrid Open has been suspended, with large crowds stranded at train stations across both countries.
The recent mass power outage in Spain and Portugal is not just random, y'all. It's symbolic. Let's break this down. These 2 nations were the original architect of colonization, global slavery, and forced spread of Catholicism. The same system that ripped the indigenous people from their land, enslaved millions, and erased our cultures. They were the head of the serpent, so to speak. That's why when you look at the map, it looks like a head, doesn't it, y'all? Look at that. Here go another picture. Look, it looks like a head, doesn't it? Right? See, that's why it's called your rope. It was our rope. It was the rope over our heads. See, that's why I told you guys there's a great enlightenment, a great change coming, because the Pope's death signifies the end of the system that authorized slavery. So cutting off the power to Spain, to Portugal, is symbolically cutting off the head of the snake. That's why when we look at the top view of St. Peter's Basilica, where the Pope was laid to rest, it looks like a snake, doesn't it? Look at that. Here's the eyes, here's the head. Now, when you look at it at another angle, it's not just a sword, it is now a snake, right? Symbolically cutting off the head of the snake, right? That's why they say the tongue is mightier than the sword, because we have been speaking this thing into fruition, and now it has finally happened, y'all. The head of the snake is cut off. That's why the blackout took place in Portugal, Spain. A port is a portal or a door, and pain is a pain, right? It's cutting off the door to our pain, the portal to our pain, which has been Europe. It has been our rope, your rope. That's why Europe and Chaldean gematria gives us 33, which is the age of enlightenment, y'all. I told y'all there is enlightenment going. This is the age that Jesus reached, where he was able to bridge the spirit and the physical world, and he was able to leave the physical reality. We're about to do this. I've been telling y'all this. That's why that Nubbin commercial came out and she asked you, are you ready? Because we about to get ready to leave the matrix. I've been telling y'all, this is the greatest time to be alive, y'all. And if you vibe with this video and you see life throwing these numbers at you and you want to know what they're all about, DM me, let me know. This is what I do. I'll do personal decodings. If you're trying to figure out what these numbers mean, we are literally numbers in motion. Hit me up and we'll figure it out. All right, let's get this shift. We're in it. Peace in.
Do y'all think conscious juice is reaching? Y'all think he on point? Is there enlightenment going on? Are we getting to that point where we changing things based off the power of the tongue? Like, y'all let me know. I didn't think of it from that perspective, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, when they put them power outages for entertainment purposes, man, when they did them power outages, I think that they was test running some shit, seeing how we gonna react. And as I'm about to say this, somebody want to make noise, they sweeping the street up. Crazy work, bro. We gonna still get this out. I think them being able to talk, maybe it was ruckus, of course, that's natural, we humans, but it maybe not have been as much as they were expecting, and I don't think their plan worked exactly how they wanted it to. They enacted the plan, but it didn't work exactly how they wanted it to. And also, I want to say, a lot of the things that we seeing that happen in Portugal and Spain, if that happened in America, I hate to say this, but I think it's going to go to shit. It's going to be ruckus. People going to be doing the most. I could be wrong, and I hope and pray that I'm wrong. But I don't know, bro. America wild sometimes, and that's all I'm going to say. So if anybody watching this in America, let's just be civil, please. Let's not be crazy with the shit if that happened here in the States. That's all I say, and that's all I ask. Please, when we turn it up, it's gonna be dangerous for everybody. We can't do that. We got kids, and it's the women and the elderly. Let's leave them alone, bro. Let's keep shit cool.
I just found a Cybertruck in China, and this is Tannen. Let me show you guys China's version of the Cybertruck.
King Kwesi 19 stops at a car show in China and shows some of the competing Chinese electric cars that are not allowed in the United States.
These Chinese guys are not playing. These Chinese guys are not playing. Take a look at this. Damn it.
Why aren't these cheaper price point EVs not permitted in America?
This Cybertruck is insane. What the F? In Shanghai for the Shanghai Auto Exhibition 2025, and these are some of the cars that I've seen here. It's crazy.
China, we need to talk. I might need to come out there.
I knew something was up with this situation. If you haven't seen this guy in your FYP, I'm gonna fill you in on a little bit. Because let me tell you, I did a little bit of digging and I found out exactly what is going on. That guy that you just saw, okay, him and his wife moved out to the Arizona desert, okay, apparently on their RV and got some property. Do keep in mind, before I go on any further, they have been out there for months now. Anyways, him and his wife did a series of videos that have been going viral as of lately of him exploring the property, apparently that he's never explored before, looking for an apparent source of water. And while exploring the property, even though I don't know how you couldn't have realized that before, they started to discover a whole bunch of backpacks, even some being buried in the ground, majority of them being children's backpacks. Also shoes that had the laces untied, which then convinced me that it may have been a pickup transfer site, you know, a layup spot, because it is known that they leave behind all their personal property once they get across. Patrol agents will tell you the same exact thing. It's a very tragic background. And after making those videos, even though, like I stated, he's been on that property apparently for months now, okay? He started talking about how apparently there were vehicles at the end of his property that I guess were looking at him. He kept talking about planes flying over, even though there was no evidence of any plane flying over. And they kept mentioning this bone that they found that they assumed was a human bone, that they said was sawed in half when they discovered it. But if you just so happen to look at a series of deer bones, or honestly a lot of other animals.
Damn, I hate that they cut that clip out.
Actively raining. My horses are frozen in time because it's a glitch in the matrix. Happening. There is shelter. There is shelter. But I think they're frozen. This is so weird, you guys. It's so weird. I mean, go. There's one in there. No one is moving. What?
Yo, we just saw an artificial sun go up into the sky. I don't know what it's gonna take for us to learn. We need, okay, like, I get the fact that humans, we supposed to grow, we supposed to evolve, we're supposed to expand, we're supposed to do things that the past generations will find crazy, but it's like breaking the ceiling of, you know, humankind. We evolving, we're doing something great, right? Not saying that, not saying an artificial sun is great, but you get what I mean. Just in general terms, we gotta push the envelope a little more. We gotta grow. We gotta take it to them heights. We gotta be great. But sometimes I feel like that's a very thin line between pushing and evolving to be great and actually doing too damn much. An artificial sun, as I said, blocking the sun, artificial sun, dimming sunlight, all that type, bro, that type of stuff, we doing too damn much. We doing too damn much. And I feel like we don't know the consequences behind all of this. On top of that, we don't need artificial. We need the real thing so we can get the nutrients and the benefits that we need from it for entertainment purposes. And then we turn around and we're starting to see glitches and the horses ain't even moving, bro. What the hell is the world coming to? What is the world coming to, bro? I know I can't be alone in this. I don't know. It blows me away, bro. This shit is ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of wild that I already know the events that's about to come and what's happening and why it's happening. And I still see everyone is still lost and confused about everything and still talking shit about people that speak like I do. They hate to believe in the truth, but they love to listen to the lie. Everyone that participated in the system is now paying for what they did in one way or another. Like I mentioned the school situation in my previous video. People refuse to believe in that school was a scam. Everything we learned in the school was to oppress the real American people. Now we got healthcare. Just made a video about that also. Everything changing because it was a scam. It was used to break down the American people. What they did was experiment on us to help out the other races. If y'all didn't know what chemistry means, it's the study of the people of the ancient land of Kemet, who is described as quote-unquote black people. And it later advanced on to biology. Like, this is what they're doing with the healthcare system. They're capping our genetics and building on everybody else's. Because as I said before, every human came from us. We're the original humans. Then we got the legal system. Made a video about that. We all see everything getting defunded because they are literally doing all kinds of unlawful shit. That's what legal means. Quote unquote legal is a path to do something unlawful. Like I explained to y'all before, in the simplest way possible. It's like if you was to buy a car, right? We already know technically you own that car because you use your social security number, right? So it's yours. Now, when you can't keep up with their payments that you're paying in debt in negative value, not credit, not a positive value, they then want to take your car. How does that make sense? And then they hire somebody that has a quote unquote license to do it. So technically in the books, you bought that car with your social security number. It is under your name. So how do they have the authority to literally send someone to steal your car? That's what they're doing, stealing your car. Because they have no ownership of the car they're taking. But of course, it's only quote unquote legal because they have a license, bro. Just like slavery was legal. Look at the world now. But at the same time, slavery is unlawful, bro. So now we're at a point to where everything's about to get exposed, and whenever an event happens, it's going to be fast. But most likely, I'm kind of waiting for the power to go out. That'll be the #1 sign. We already see the markets is playing around. At this point in time, the markets is shooting up just so it come crashing down. We're on our last run up in the markets because they have to completely crash the dollar, which already been crashed over a year ago. But like I said, all these other industries are still upholding the illusion that the money is still real when it's not. And as I've been saying, when they cut the power, it's going to cut off all these towers too. That's draining our energy. Not only that, I'm like y'all all heard of CERN and HARP. That's literally Antarctica. Going around our realm, this is how they was able to put electrical fence around us. So like I said, once they break their power grid, they create this electrical fence that literally drains our energy and use it against us. This will allow our energy to come back and our DNA to be reversed and all our timelines to be merged into one. Meaning they won't be able to alter our reality anymore once this happens. And now our job is to wake up to the truth and make sure nothing like this happens again. As I've been preaching for mad years, 2025 is the last year of this reality. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.
Is that too far a reach to y'all? Bro, just think about what that shit doing to your body. I haven't had a Mickey D's burger in a minute, but y'all just take a second to those who still eat that. Whether it's because you have to, and I understand, I'm passing no judgment. Times get hard. Do as you have to do. Or if that's because you like them mugs. Bro, if we haven't seen anything from the maggots on the milkshake things that they have, to how the fries really is made, to what's really with the fries, to how the fry maker looks, to the shit we just saw with them. It didn't burn. Oh, hell no. Just imagine what that shit does to your body, bro, when it's in there. That's That's some crazy word. Some crazy shit right there.
Why you should never walk alone at night again. Do you ever get the feeling that you're being followed, and maybe by something that's not even human? In 2008, a man shared his terrifying encounter online. He was walking home late at night in the city, and this should have just been like any other night, but tonight was a little different. And that's because he wasn't alone. As he walked, he noticed a man ahead of him, standing completely still. He continued on his walk, ignoring the man and ignoring this creeping sense of dread. But as he got closer, the smiling man started to follow him. The man tried to walk faster and faster, but this figure mirrored his steps, slower at first, then faster, until he was right behind him, and his smile never faded. In an absolute panic, the man turned behind him to look, and the man was only grinning wider, and then he started to run. That's when the man realized that he wasn't being followed by something, he was being hunted. So if you ever walk alone at night and you see someone standing still, just smiling, turn around, run, because that smile never fades, and neither will it. Come over here for more freaky videos.
Shit remind me of the movie Smile.
I figured it out, and look at the reaction, boys. I figured it out, and look at the reaction. I figured it out, and look at that reaction. I figured it out, and look at that reaction. Guys, nobody ever drives down this road ever. Look, it's blocked off. Nobody can drive down this road. Guys, nobody ever drives down this road. A whole bunch of red and blue cars just came storming down this, and it was right after I had looked at my psychological book about psychological stimulus, and then while they were provoking me, I was naming everything. I was like, this is neutral stimulus, this is conditioned stimulus, that's conditioned response, that's conditioned stimulus. I was naming everything back to back to back, and that scared the out of them. That scared the, like I said, scared they use conditioned stimulus. That scared the out of them, right? After that scared the fucking girl, tell me why it was stimulus back to back, baby. Woo! Y'all see this road is blocked off. Nobody can even drive through this road, but cars just keep coming. I walk down this road every single day. There is never any cars driving down here. But the day I figure out that conditioned stimulus, the day I figure out the scientific methods they using, woo! Girl, they stand! They stand, my boy! Yes, oh my gosh. Headlights on, why? Because headlights are unconditioned stimulus. Unconditioned stimulus gives you a reaction that you can't control. And the goal is to keep giving you reactions you cannot control. That's what they were doing. Using actions that I can't control and trying to go back to back to back with it to force a negative emotion inside of me. There's a whole bunch of red cars right in front of me. Across, y'all know if you can see, everybody just turned around because this is a closed off road. Nobody should be driving down here. It says it over there in the front before they even drove in here. That's to make me anxious and nervous. My camp is back here. So if we get all of these red and blue cars and a mixture of other cars to drive back here where your tent at, you're gonna feel anxious and nervous, and you're gonna know to shut your damn brain up and stop trying to be smart, because we don't want you to do that. Be scared of that. Jeez. Y'all, right when I said it, y'all, a red car right in front of me. Hold up. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right there. Shit, y'all can't see it. There's just more that keep coming. Closed off the bridge, y'all. And they just, look. I'm low-key honored, y'all. Because if they're going through all of this to make me feel a few sensations in my body, I must have not gave them the reaction they wanted at all. They must be triggered. That's probably why they're trying to trigger me. See, they just all turning around. Look, red car at the bottom because they thought I was gonna cut the camera off by now. They thought I was gonna cut their camera off by now. And that's why they had that shit hidden. Look at that, y'all. I always get the good shit on camera. Cause I don't record a lot. I don't record a lot, so they be like, oh, if we don't record a lot, she ain't gonna record. Oh, baby, I record at the perfect moment. I record at the perfect moment. Yeah, but this is just them making an intense stimulation, because like I said, I have a psychology book, and that psychology book is teaching me the scientific methods they're going about manipulating my brain. And because it's going about the scientific ways about understanding my brain, I'm understanding the terminology around what they're doing. I'm understanding the words, the terminology, and you can play mind games on somebody, but if you're gonna play mind games on them, they can't be aware of those mind games, or those mind games are not gonna work. See, red car, look, but it didn't drive all the way down here because they don't want you to see. They know I'm recording. So because I'm understanding the terminology, and because you see how it got loud? Look, right behind me. Look, he just turned around. He just turned around, but his headlights was blaring on my ass. They don't want me to catch y'all in this camera, y'all. But I'm learning the terminology, the psychology of what they're doing. And I was studying it in my book. And I did that for a good hour or two. And they were provoking me like a bitch while I was doing it too. But I just wasn't letting it, I was just naming it while they were doing it. And so it got quiet. It got quiet like a mother. And then I started to walk back to my tent. Boom. This shit back to back to back. Nobody ever comes down this road because this bridge is broken. Nobody can go down. There's a sign in the beginning of the road saying do not cross. They moved the shit out the way just to drive down this road because those, you see this little orange thing right here? These are on both sides of the road. They moved them out the way just to drive down this road. Just to drive down here so they can drive around me and make me feel anxious and nervous with what they provoke you. Because if they provoke you with that, remember, that is conditioned stimulus. That's my conditioned stimulus. That's my conditioned stimulus. The color red is my conditioned stimulus. If we associate the color red, and if we keep on provoking you, see, right there, you see it? They get red front and back. If somebody provokes you with the color back to back to back for all of your years, right? There's gonna be reverse psychology in your brain. Why is it reverse psychology in your brain? Because if you didn't care about this thing at first, but if I force you to look at it every single day, now you're gonna care about that. And not only are you gonna care about that, but that's gonna now trigger something in your chest and cause a negative emotion that you can't control. And that's what my conditioned stimulus is. Now there's way more that comes to conditioned stimulus. What the scientific method they're using is classical conditioning. And because I was understanding the science, red car again, because I was understanding the science of it, every time I say something about a scientific terminology word, I see a red car. That's telling me, shut the f up. I'm gonna provoke you when you do that. I don't want you to think like that. I don't want you thinking that. That was for me. Now you see, ain't nobody coming down that road. Because this is how the road usually is. Nobody ever comes down this road. The moment I walk down there, another red truck. Look, they tried to make it drive further so I wouldn't be able to catch it on camera. They slick. They know how to position themselves to avoid accountability so that shit don't get out. Y'all. I am actually honored. I'm actually very honored. Do you know how intelligent I had to look for them to feel the need to provoke me that bad? Look, more calls coming. After I done gave myself a compliment. Look, now they trying to them, they look at me, they think I look at them as conditioned stimulus, red truck. They want me to, see, look, they tried to hurry up and make me be anxious about that. Also, they want me to associate somebody coming over here. That's an association. So if I show you the red car and I show you this human behavior that you find anxious, then that's an anxious event mixed in with the conditioned stimulus. You see, red and blue, they showing me again. They want you to connect they want you to connect the color with the traumatic event. If you keep on going through a traumatic event and a color is always there at that traumatic event, then the traumatic event doesn't have to happen anymore. Now, when you see the color, you're going to experience the sensations of that traumatic event, and I get to control you with that emotion now. That's what they're doing. See? And my brain is understanding it. So guys, if something happens to me, look, right when I said it, red car started driving over, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I'm too damn smart for my own good. This low-key's scaring the shit out of me. I'm too smart for my own good. They've been trying to get me to believe in witches, magic, mermaids and shit. Bitch, this is 2025, ho. If you was a damn witch or warlock, we would have seen them bitches by now. I need something logical to understand this what's going on. And my brain just making connections. When it's connecting all right, and I ain't happy about that. So, y'all watch my page. Keep y'all eye on me, please. Bye.
How many can relate to what she getting at? How many can say that y'all think that was factual? How many y'all gonna say that was cap? The only reason why I'm gonna go ahead and say and I'm gonna stand firm on this one. I think that was factual. Too many coincidences there. Too many coincidences, and I bring it up to y'all where I'm like, how many times have y'all been in Walmart and or a store in general, and you feel like as soon as you came in there, or you went through the drive-thru, or you went to Starbucks, or whatever it was, cars started flooding. They start getting in your space, being on your ass, just doing too much. The energy, you catch weird people who you can feel their energies off, and they about to be just vibrating low. Just keeping in general terms. I could agree to her on this one. I always knew when they're doing it. I just never knew terminology behind it. But a lot of us watching this right now, we already knew a lot of these things. We just may not have heard the terminology. And some of y'all have heard the terminology. I will go ahead and say, I'm sure some of y'all have read that book. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts though, man. I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts. But as I'm shooting this, I'm remembering what she's saying. But when I edit this part of the video, I'm gonna definitely write them words down. I'm about to go looking into that, because I want to be able to learn the terminology. Because once you do figure out the mind games they playing, they can no longer do that. But don't think the war or the fight or the battles are over, because they about to try some more shit too. That's how the people do. So y'all let me know. This shit is the Matrix.
Y'all know since the Pope, everybody talking about the end times and blah 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 blah, which that's low-key off for me, because as far as I'm concerned, I thought I've been heard news of him. And so now they saying it happened over Easter. I'm like, what's going on? But anyways, what if, even if it is the end times, what if that's irrelevant? Because we know we're in a quantum universe where there's endless possibilities and timelines that you can jump to. What if the people who are messing with all that stuff, and those galactic people that are aware of them and are actively fighting them or working with them, what if whenever that stuff hits the fan, it has nothing to do with us? Like, what if they blow up or end the world on the timeline that they're on for their reality, but it doesn't affect us? Like, it don't have nothing to do with us because we're on a timeline where that didn't happen. If that timeline ended with them doing that, it would automatically push all of us to a higher timeline that they're not doing that to us on. You know what I'm saying? I would hope if they destroy that one, it echoes across all realities, and their governmental evil control tactics just crumbles on every realm, every timeline, every dimension. And so we move into a different realm or timeline where we experience life without that control. Whatever the times that are ending, we'll experience the timeline with the new times. You know what I'm saying? Where attention goes, energy flows. If we not doing the stuff that they doing, we shouldn't have to reap the consequences. Y'all are pissing off the aliens. We're down here just trying to pay a bill, just trying to get some eggs. Y'all doing all that y'all doing, it makes sense to me if it wouldn't even affect us. Shit done hit the fan for them and we ain't even know. We're on the way to the mall to buy a new outfit as the shit is exploding on their timeline. You never know. That would be cool. It's a positive way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Does that make sense to y'all, or am I tripping? Like, where do y'all stand with this whole end times thing? And like, I really want to know, like, what do you feel like we're gonna experience? Like, what is gonna happen? Because at the bare minimum, you know, a lot of people that have like NDAs or, you know, experiences with that, they be like, it was mad peaceful, I didn't want to come back. So it's like, even if, you know what I'm saying, it's not like, I would hope it's just not agony and fire and brimstone and suffering. Let me know what y'all think.
It seems to me that there's a lot going on in the world, and one of the places that's got a lot going on right now is Oklahoma, because they're having wildfires, and somehow inside of the trees are catching fire, but not the outside of the tree. This is crazy. So this fire is coming from within then. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? That core is heating up. And then in Lawton, Oklahoma, you have severe flooding going on. And it didn't start off as flooding, y'all. It started off as hail. and then the flooding just came out of nowhere. Like, people are trapped in their homes, at work. Look at that. Look how much water. Wow, that police car. that Lexus. Wow, that's crazy, y'all. Is that a cul-de-sac? What is that? How does that hold so much water right there? All of this taking place the same day that the Pope got buried, y'all.
Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, this is incredible, you guys. Like, this is a lot of water, y'all. The energy is not done, y'all. So there is going to be some severe outbreak of bad weather. Anything from gusts, hail, tornadoes, heavy rain, flooding, starting from down Texas all the way to Cincinnati, Ohio, and beyond. So it's gonna be crazy out there. The energy's intense. And when it comes to the heat, we're already hitting summertime numbers in some places. The shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Prayers to Oklahoma. Before I say what I'm about to say, the clip before that with the end times, that's not too far of a reach. Shout out, and she said, Queen said, let her cook real quick. She was cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not too far of a reach, and it's a positive way to look at it. How y'all feel about that? I'm gonna go ahead and say I stand with that statement she made. I stand with that statement. I'm gonna rock with that statement. But I also want to say the clip with the red cars and when they trying to trigger her and she's walking down that one road, right? So I'm in Green Acres, and I held this for the longest. About a month ago, I'm in Green Acres. I see this guy. He looks kind of off to me. Out of everybody in Green Acres, he just looks off to me. Like, I can't tell you why. And it's almost like everywhere I go, he go. As I'm about to get ready to ring up and leave with everything I have, bro got his phone out. Bam. I know he's recording me. I could just feel it. I could just feel it in the way his phone is facing me. Now, if he'd have met me 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, I would have flew off the handle and I would have made a big mistake. A big, big, big mistake. But as I'm in the mindset I'm in now, I just smiled and waved at the camera. I just smiled and gave the camera a head nod. Like, yeah, I see you, bro. When he's leaving, his license plate read something to me, and I'm not going to put it because I know now, like, the type of videos we watch, it comes with a lot, if y'all get what I mean. So I was just like, oh, shit. Okay, I know what it is. I know what this is. Fast forward to a couple weeks ago. I'm looking at land to invest into, right? Oklahoma's one of those spots. And all of a sudden, Oklahoma got fires and flooding. Do I feel like that's a coincidence? Hell no, bro. Ain't no such thing as no coincidences. I feel like some moves that I be wanting to make now, shit's getting looked at a certain type of way. And y'all get what I mean. So when she's talking about what she's talking about, I can relate to that. I feel her wholeheartedly. With the cars, people trying to trigger her and all that type of shit. Now, y'all let me know if y'all have situations like that. But again, this for entertainment purposes. None of this has happened. Y'all get what I mean.
What's up, guys? Dizzy Guy here. Yes, I did cut my hair. I am bald. I normally wear a hat, but we decided to rock the no hat look today. But anyways, I have something else that is on my mind, so let's talk about it. You guys ever get that moment where you're driving by yourself, you know, just being around yourself for a little more than usual, and you really start to drift inside to your mind, and you think about a lot of different shit. You reflect on everything you went through in your childhood, your teenage years, and part of your adulthood. I'm 28, but I do a lot of reflecting, and this is what I really think about when I reflect, and maybe you guys will too. And maybe if this resonates with you, hit the follow, man, and go subscribe to the channel. But what I really reflect about is just, while you're on this spiritual journey, you really, really dig deep into, I believe there's no right or wrong. Everyone's got a different life path, but I reflect on a lot of things I've done that I'm not proud of. We all have that stuff that we're not proud of doing. Friends that we were around that thought were the homies, thought that was the girl of your dreams, the man of your dreams. The family members, you thought those people were just going to be there for you no matter what. Stuff like that, stuff you miss doing as a kid. You start to realize that when we were kids, we all thought about, man, why do my parents be acting like this? Why do they just look unhappy? Until we got older. But going through that process of regret, guilt, you beat yourself up over everything. You feel like you're not going in the right direction, and you're just going to be stuck in that position forever. That is not the case. Maybe you lost somebody that was important to you, and you haven't physically seen them in a long time. If they're in a better place, no matter the circumstances, no matter what it is. We all reflect. To the people that say they don't, they're lying to you. They really are. They're bullshitting you. Every single human being has reflected. And we can either choose to run away from our problems, because everything you did in your past will come back to you, and it's to face that and to move on into your life, something you can't let go of or not. The universe is giving you the opportunity to face that fear, to get over that trauma. Not get over it, but heal from that trauma and learn why it happened to you. Because to every bad thing that happens, there's always a positive thing inside of that situation and experience. So to anyone out there that is anxious all the time, you feel like you're not in the right position, that's people around you that are saying that to you to keep you down, and maybe they're in that same position and they're intimidated by the fact that you carry an aura that's so strong that you have the capability of doing that. So if you guys believe the enemy, the enemy's in your head, they're gonna tell you you ain't shit. They're gonna tell you ain't capable of doing it. These people around you think you're a joke. You ain't got what it takes. Whatever the circumstance is, don't listen to that shit, bro. It is simply put there to test you. All the things that we go through in life, it's a blessing. If it's bad, it's a blessing. If it's good, it's a blessing. Because it gave you a lesson on why you became the person you are today. And we still have a lot more to go through in life, guys. What I'm trying to say is, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm slowly going to get better at these videos. But no matter what, you will not be in the same position forever, I promise you. Just keep your ears, eyes, and mind open. And pay very close attention to everything and everyone around you. Take accountability for your actions. You guys know. But that's, I would say, some of the things that you can go through in your life and revisiting them, it's a hard pill to swallow when we run away from those things. We need to start facing our problems and our traumas. And it all starts with you, and we can all do that with each other. So if this resonated with you, hit the follow, man. Go check out the channel. We do a lot of 420 content. Can't post it on here because you know how TikTok be. But stay positive, guys. Peace, love, and positivity. And may God bless your souls. Peace.
I've been... My guy, Stizzy God 420. My guy, man. You know how it is. I appreciate everything you do. I heard you say you feel like you rambling. You're going to get better with them videos. You're going to get better with the videos, but you're not rambling. You speaking truth. Get that shit off your chest. That's what you saying? Stand on that. I rock with you, bro. And I believe everything you was saying. And I'm going to add on to what bro was talking about. For me, I had those moments when I have them a lot too, actually. And I'm going to be honest. I ain't too big to even say this. Like, bro, I have moments where I'm having those thoughts and I just break down. And there's times where, like, I could be good 1 minute and the next minute I'm thinking about all the shit. Even some of the bad shit that I did that I still gotta learn how to forgive myself for. So to anybody who having that, forgive yourself, bro. I know that shit tough. I know you done made some mistakes, bro. But trust me, let that shit go. You'll be better off when you let it go. It's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy, but let it go. And when you thinking about all these things and you in thought, like, bro, you also gotta remember, breathe while you do that. Breathe. Let it go. Learn from those lessons that came from that. Take the lessons. Every loss is a lesson, bro. You gotta learn from it. And remember what never to go back to. I say that all the time. But yeah, I got my moments too. Shit, I just had one on Monday. Like literally today, Wednesday. I had one Monday. Like, yeah, I'm just sitting there and then everything start hitting. And then I had to come back. I gotta remember where I'm at. I gotta remember where I'm never going back to. All that. But shout out to my guy, Stizzy Guy 420. Y'all know, he said run it up. Go run it up, bro. It's right there.
Extinct animals. It was on Joe Rogan.
Wait,
so,
what are they?
So,
the direwolf.
Direwolf,
yeah. The direwolf. No, from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the person that made it, that's trying to recreate it, is also doing a new one right now. They're trying to recreate the woolly mammoth. I don't know, but like they started off trying to make it, so it's called the woolly mouse.
Yeah.
Right? And the mouse are coming out the same color as the woolly mammoth.
Wait, woolly mouse. So it's so small?
It's small, but like the mouse.
Dog, they're making small woolly mammoths?
Yes.
What the
exactly what it's gonna be.
What are we doing? What are we doing with that?
I have no idea.
What's the purpose?
I don't know.
God, we can't be playing with like animals like that.
I have a picture too. Like, you know how we said all the big mountains were like big giants, just like
back in the day.
Yeah. So when we were on top of the pillar, the pillbox hike, I took a video, right? Because I looked to the left, and
the mountain looked at you.
No, yo, Carlos, get off this. No, but I looked to the left, fam, and it looked like a dinosaur. So tell me this doesn't look like a.
What?
I find it really strange that we aren't hearing on American news that we are being charged with breaking international law, being charged with modern day slavery. I find that really strange, but then again, I don't. And if you don't know, look it up. It's there. It's just not readily available for you to just turn on your TV. You got to look it up, but it's there. It's very there. They're just not playing it for the majority of Americans who don't take it upon themselves to pay attention to what's going on. You know what's happening is wrong. The global south is rising up. Stay aware, stay vigilant. Be in the know.
See, I'm gonna have to dive down.
Okay, so I did the research. Next month, Donald Trump is going to take the 14th Amendment to court. And I knew something was weird about that law, so I looked it up. There's two parts of the law. You have just to soil and blood right. Blood right means that you were born on this land, whether or not your parents were born here. That will be the law used for immigrants. Just to soil is what we were granted, which means your ancestors were born here. It'll come out next month. Whether Donald Trump wins the case or doesn't win the case is neither here nor there. It's about the fact that to argue that court case in law, you have to tell the truth about the origin, which is called precedence in law. It's called precedence. Precedence is how that law was governed throughout time. That sets the precedence for how you use the law for the rest of history. And so while they have to dissect that law through the court, they'll have to tell the truth that our ancestors were born here.
Oh my god, what is that? Gabby. Oh my god. What the f? Oh my god, I'm shaking. Guys. Oh my god. Se abrió del cielo como nada.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso?
Oh my god.
Que no es mentira, aquí estoy.
Oh my god. Gabby. What is that?
Eso, vos no, en serio vos.
Oh my god.
Fuego.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Do you see the sparkles around?
Yes, I see the sparkles. Y dice que tiró como una llama.
What is
arena.
it?
Oh my god.
Is it a shooting star?
No sé.
Oh, guys, I'm panicking.
Is it
No sé.
a meteorito?
Oh my god. Oh my god, what is that? A shooting star. Make a wish in case, Gabi. I've never seen a shooting star. Oh my god. No! Guys! Oh my god, Gabi, I think it's a shooting star. I was thinking it's an alien, but I think it's a shooting star. Oh my god! Gabi! Gabi! Ah! No! It's still there.
Oh my god. Mira todas las sparkles there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
O sea, que yo sepa, las shooting stars no duran tanto. Esto parece un meteorito. Vos
Oh
mira,
my
ve.
god. Imagine. Wow. Gabi, imagínate que explote.
Mira todo el mundo. Mira
Gabi,
todo el
imagínate.
mundo.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Imagínate que ese meteorito nos muere.
What
Gabi.
is that? Elena, mira eso, Elena. Oh my goodness.
Gabi, ¿qué es? I'm so scared. Oh my god. Mira, se ve más cerca.
Oh my goodness.
Gabi, what is that?
No, no viene acá al menos.
Gabi, Gabi. Ay! Ah, what is that?
Oh my gosh. Oh my
What is
god.
that?
Ay, no, cuidado.
They was doing hella much. Hella extra, bro.
How much more fuck cruelty are we supposed to watch? 4 U.S. citizen children, 4 have been deported. One of them is battling fuck. And they've ripped this child away from their doctor, from their treatment, from their chance at survival. For what? For their fuck. That's not all. A judge was arrested. No trial, no proof, just because they supposedly helped an immigrant escape ICE. What the actual is happening? And journalists, the weary people protecting our right to know the truth, they're being threatened to give up their sources. Our First Amendment rights are under attack. Fight back. Stand for humanity, because we either rise now or we lose everything that ever made this country worth fighting for. And I'm not standing down, not now, not ever.
Damn, bro is raging.
As to see what is in this email that was sent to Tough News. Okay, so let's go. Let's read. So it says here, Tough News TV. I want to share some information with you about Jay-Z's former mistress, Kathy White. And it's all in connection to Kim Porter and Diddy. What people do not know about the events leading up to Kathy's death is that she was in constant contact with Kim Porter in the final year of her life. Pause. I know.
Final year of her life.
The final year of her life. It was alleged that it wasn't just Diddy or we. The final year of Kathy White's life. Okay. Kathy provided Kim with evidence of threatening emails and text messages sent from a third party. Mr. Carter always covered his tracks well, so there couldn't be a definitive connection that led back to him. The messages that Kim had in her possession further supports the idea that Kathy was unalive and didn't pass away from a brain aneurysm. Pause. Haven't I said all this? Funny how that works. Next paragraph. Now the person's name was redacted. And I can understand why, but let's get into this next paragraph. Blank has a copy of all these messages, voice recordings, and 3 other phones that belong to Kim. that revealed threatening messages that were sent to Kathy. There were messages that informed Kathy that if she didn't delete her pregnancy, that she will never work in the industry again, and that she needed to watch her every step moving forward. Kathy remained firm and stated she was keeping her baby. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Then there were messages that revealed that Beyonce, she knows that Beyonce knew about the pregnancy and even messaged Kathy herself from a burner phone asking her, what? The number was traced back to France.
To France.
Kim met Kathy in person. That I can confirm. Oh man.
You can confirm it?
No, it said that they can confirm. This person said that they could confirm. All the surveillance cameras at Kim's house. Huff. Gene Deal said that they were a package deal, just like I said. Puff contacted Kathy and tried to get her to meet him to discuss what's going on with her and Mr. Carter, but she declined because she feared for her life. Kathy told Kim about Puff contacting her, and Kim suggested that she avoid both Jay and Puff and asked her did she record the conversation, and Kathy said she did with a voice recorder she got from Radio Shack. Kathy made copies of all the information she had and gave them to who? Kim Porter. Kim flew out to New York in July of 2011 to meet Kathy and retrieve those tapes. Somehow Puff was aware of this meeting via Mary J. Blige and went off on Kim and started interrogating her about her reasoning for meeting up with Kathy. I thought you had a photo shoot, Puff asked. However, Puff couldn't get to New York City on that day that he had found out that Kim had flown out to New York, but told Kim to stay put until he arrived. Kim shipped the evidence that afternoon to an unnamed person by mail and instructed Kathy to get out of New York. Before Puff arrived, oh my goodness, Puff arrived the next day, livid. I can't confirm what was said or what went down when Puff met Kim, but Kathy ended up passing away a couple months later. A couple months later. After she made the bold decision to try to go public, exposing her relationship with Mr. Carter and that she was indeed pregnant. We all know that she was meeting with Liz Crokin. I want to leave you with this. Puff helped cover for Jay's involvement in Kathy's unalivement. And because Kim knew a lot of these dirty deeds, I'm 100% positive that Jay is tied to Kim's passing. And he helped Puff cover that up. Because a music mogul slipped up and said something one night and paid $100,000 to a music producer to buy his phone for that captured recording. The mogul pleaded and begged for the phone and said that his life depended on it. This is also very telling for people who would know. Lastly, Kim had no friends. Kim had no friends. Not even Kimura. apparently. Notice they said no friends. Notice they said it was Mary J. Blige that dined it out to Puff. That they were meeting. Kim met with a lot of people secretly. Just like she met with Cassie secretly right before she passed away. Now you got Chris Todd running around telling people that Kimura was the source, when I know that's a damn lie, because Kimura is just as guilty as most of the men.
And why is that?
Because she was a procurer for her ex-husband. And I know some of the young men she procured.
Hey guys, have you heard? Doge is going after CPS and the United States foster care system next. Yep. If you're making money on these kids illegally, if you're using and abusing and frauding, he's coming for you. He's fixing to find out the truth, the real truth, about what is happening to these children. This just keeps getting better and better. Everything that we ask for, he is delivering. I am so excited. This is absolutely huge. Huge. To me, it's almost as big. No, not almost. It is as big as the IRS. So actually probably even more so important because of the children involved. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, guys. What do you expect to happen? What do you think will happen? I'm just excited. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. God bless you.
Hey you, don't scroll past this video. God told me to tell you you're going from delay to delivery. I don't know what you and your family have been waiting and praying for, but God told me to tell you this morning it's on the way. I need you to do me a favor right now and get your house ready, because abundance is on the way to your address. Do me a favor and share this to somebody right now and give them hope and tell them it's on the way.
Speak that into existence. And we made it to the end of this. The clip before that, how y'all feel about what she's saying? Is it just as big as the IRS? Do y'all care? Do y'all not care? Let me know y'all thoughts. But again, I know y'all hate this, man. But shout out to the collective. Y'all know we made it to the end of this. And we're going to end it off of you out of delaying into delivery, man. Y'all know y'all about to get all y'all blessings. Everybody, vibrate high, breathe, see it, speak it, believe it. It's going to manifest. But it do take time sometimes, depending on how high you vibrating. But y'all know I love y'all, man. And until I see y'all in the next one, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah. I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know